Okay, well, I'm saying we're in the 40s now. I'm outside. That sun sure does feel good. It sure is bright. Probably gonna start working on this next little paddock in my goat ranching experience. You too can goat ranch on a shoestring budget. They've done real good up here on this first little paddock that I made for them. We had no breaches in the perimeter fence. I mean the dividing fence. And you know, they've done. I think tomorrow will be 2 weeks they've been on here. An hour or so every day. I think tomorrow, Sunday, will be 2 weeks that I turned them in here. It's about positive. You know, I probably need to start writing this stuff down so I can remember it. Of course, I guess I could go back and look at videos. But yeah, so and there's a good bit of fescue grass in that. Good bit. So so far we're doing pretty good here with the pasture management. And down here, still a good bit of grass in here, but I'm tempted to go buy me another spool of polywire, because I doubt very seriously I got enough to do that and to do that down there and to keep this up right here. Of course, this is just one long strand. So I don't think I got enough to leave this up and finish that. But you know what I heard? Ain't but one way to find out. And I'm not real certain I can traverse all the area I need to traverse with the poles I have. It may be a little bit too much of a fall, especially over on the other side of that little knoll. I had changed hands. This one's tingling too bad. But yeah, it's they're doing real good. I mean, I'm real impressed with the way the goats have operated, you know. So we might tackle that today. Like I said, it's up in the 40s now. I could probably almost be without my coat. If you hear that noise, it's that gate back here. Where's the gate? There it is. The gate back here swinging just a little bit. I'm still batching it. My wife went to Charleston, South Carolina. You know, I was under the impression it's going to be a weekend trip. She left Tuesday and she ain't coming back till Monday. Pretty sure that's almost a week. She's worth it. We'll carry on a little bit more a little bit later. Okay. Well, I've got a mess out here in my bee yard. We need to talk about this, I guess. I'm using an old selfie stick to hold this camera. This phone. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it to stay where I need it. Oop, see, like that. Technical difficulties. Yeah, let's see, I'm cutting off my head, ain't I? It's me, it's Ernest T. Come on in, boys, the water's fine. I doubt the water's fine. I think it's about 49. I think I just looked on the phone. It's 49 degrees, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I have suffered significant losses in my bee yard this year. As we speak, well, as I speak, hopefully you're listening. Give me a thumbs up if you found that interesting. Down to 3 hives. And I haven't checked one over there to see about it being alive. But it's a very time-consuming and highly classified test you have to run on the bees while they're in the hive, see if they're still alive. You get beside the beehive, you put your ear up to it. If there's humming in there, that's a good sign. You know, I've stayed away from chemical treatments for my bees, but I can't continue to suffer the kind of losses I'm taking and stay in bees. Let me explain to you. That hive's still alive. So I do have 3 hives that have survived thus far this winter out of 8. And you know, I've always strayed away from the chemicals to treat them with, because I didn't want to put chemicals in my honey, because you know most people want honey because of its pureness and its ability to help with ailments, you know, allergies and stuff like that. But I can't continue to have these kind of losses and stay in bees. I mean, I've gone as far to say I'm tired of messing with bees. I really have. You know, I got a lot of equipment, a lot of time, a good bit of money. Of course, the last 4 or 5 years, I hadn't had to buy bees, but you know, and bees can be expensive. You know, they can be, you know, $150, $200 for a package. If you get a Nook, you know, which is really the way to go, it's, you know, you're talking $200. So I've got to decide what to do. What would you do in a case such as this, where you had a hobby that has become a heartache and headache and aggravation? Well, if you're an alcoholic, you just keep on drinking. If you're a druggie, you just keep on drugging. But I'm a beekeeper. What does a beekeeper do when he burns out, when he hits the road? Not the road, but the wall. What does he do when he hits the wall? The old infamous beekeeper wall. I'm confused, don't really know what to do. And the other thing that really winds my clock about beekeeping is having to get out here and work them in the hot weather. Like I said, it's 40, 45 degrees, 49 degrees, something like that. And this little flannel coat I got on, it fixed to come off. I'm hot. I am sweating. This hat, I have sweated with this hat on. I don't do well in heat. And when you have bees, sometimes you have to get out and work them in the heat. And see, I got a bad taste in my mouth from heat from working in machine shops without air conditioning. Yeah, it'll make a person hate heat. So I just wonder, what should I do? I mean, it's not like my bees are providing a great service for agriculture. We don't have any growing around here. Now, I do have a friend of mine, a preacher friend. He's wanting to get a hive set up on his property. He's growing lavender. And I told him that I would have him a hive for pollination next year. I may have to buy him a hive. I don't know if these 3 that I have are gonna make it. Now, I will say this, more than likely, if they've made it this far, if they don't starve to death, that they should be okay. I know that much. I've been doing it long enough to know that much. I had a pollen substitute feeder right, where's my hand? There it is, right there. Dad blame squirrels got in there and ate all the pollen. So I might work on making that squirrel proof. So, but anyway, just random thoughts from the bee yard today from a beekeeper who may have seen his better beekeeping days. Now see, I got 6 supers full of drawn comb in this freezer. I can't put any more in there because of this apparatus right there. It will crunch when I try to shut it. So there's no more room in here, none. I mean, I'm going through bee equipment trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. But see, right here are all the supers with comb in them that I've ran through the freezer. And I got this big old tote from the Home Depot. And I could actually put some more in there. But I've left them outside. You know, we've had a good cold snap through North Georgia over the last few days. I mean, it's been getting down in the low 20s. And so I left them outside. But what am I gonna do with them now? Okay, here's 2 more that come out of the freezer. 2 more and a deep that been in the freezer. So I am bee equipment poor at the moment. and trying to figure out what in the world am I gonna do. And I'm looking for 2 more queen excluders, and apparently I don't have 2 more. I could have sworn I pulled all this junk out of here and sorted through it the other day that I come across some, but I guess I'd already taken them out to the yard. Okay, so here's what's happening. Since I've run out of room to store my equipment, and this stuff is worth its weight in a lot of stuff. Even though it's old, at least it's still usable. So what I've done, the feeding shim that I use, I put between the bottom board and the brood chamber. It's got the 1/8 square holes in it. Square openings, however you want to say that. All right, so that lets air in and out. And then I put the queen excluder on top with a brick / block. That'll keep stuff from going in the top. That'll keep vermin from going to the bottom. And that'll let rain in there. It'll let cold air, hot air, whatever kind of air we have here in Georgia this time of the year. And I'm gonna see what happens. This is cutting edge technology in the bee yard. I've never ever heard of this going on anywhere else. Probably, you know, I'm on a gold mine here. I may revolutionize the way people take care of their bee equipment. Jeff Eubanks. I'm gonna call it a day.